Hello everyone, this is Mario. I'm making this video to show you all about a citation and writing research management program called Zotero that you may have heard of before, but I just want to give you a sort of very quick video to sort of inform you about how sort of helpful Zotero can be for your writing sort of process, mainly in terms of citation management. I'm doing this on behalf of the Writing Center at GSAPP, but also for anybody else who sort of wants to get more in touch with Zotero. I'm not a big fan of sort of having a lot of different softwares for sort of micromanaging your research, using Obsidian, etc., etc. So I'm not showing you this program to just give you another sort of program to use, which will become sort of obsolete, in a week or something. But I generally do believe that Zotero is a very sort of it's very easy to use. It's very helpful, mainly just in terms of it making citations incredibly easy. And it's completely free. There's cloud syncing, there's folder management, etc., etc. Right. So first, obviously, you'll direct yourself to the Zotero website, zotero.org. You'll go to the download section. As it says here, this is a Mac, Windows, Linux, and iOS program. And also, I highly sort of suggest that you make an account so that for later on you can set up cloud synchronization. All right, so it's basically like Google Drive. It will sync your citations to whatever particular PC that you're using at that particular moment. So you won't have to keep you can sort of have your database in the cloud basically, right? So you click download, right? So this is essential. So obviously you'll want Zotero, right? But what is even more essential in a way is Zotero connector for the browser. So this is just like a plugin or an add-on, right? It's like, I don't know, it's like AdBlock or something, right? You'll just download it. It's extremely easy. I have it up here, as you can see. And this just makes citations incredibly easy, right? So make sure to download both of these. So you'll download it. You can open it, obviously. So one thing right off the bat that you don't have to do, but which I think is very helpful, is that you'll go into the settings for Zotero. It'll have a lot of different settings. Also, I'm on Mac, so this might look differently for people on Windows or whatever, or Linux. But you'll have these things, right? I like to go to sync first, obviously, and then I'll enter my username and then just my password, right? So my account, right? And then as you can see, I'm logged in. It'll prompt you if you're not, if your account, if you're having problems signing in. And then I'll just go to this sort of update or sync button up here, which is this green arrow, and then it'll start syncing all of my citations. So you see they're starting to fill up here, right? So these are just citations that I've had in the past. I believe some of them are for when I wrote my thesis. Some of them are from QEH courses, right? It just works like any other sort of folder management system, right? So you have your main library over here. Then you can do subset folders, right? I have one for QH2. I have a random folder, and then you can also just populate everything into this random sort of folder. You have a trash, a bin, etc., right? I'll get to how to actually make a citation in a bit, right? But just for the essentials, right? You have the type, right? You have a book, so this is a book. You have a web page, etc. You can you can even do subsets within a citations, right? So you can add a note and it'll subset it within a citation. Over here you have your sort of metadata that you can put in, notes, tags. Tags are sort of neat if you want to do even more further organization, right? So as you can see here, I have a tag down here that's for favorites. How you do that is you go to a tags and then you add it. You can add your own tags, but also once you do the Zotero connector on a browser, it'll auto-populate the metadata based on the website. So yeah, and then you'll have a bunch of tags down here. As you can see, you can filter by the tags, so you just click on it, and then these are all of the sort of articles that I put as the favorite tag. So yeah, so how you actually make a citation, right? So you can do it the slow way, right? And I'm gonna show you the fast way in a bit. So you can do it the slow way, where you can manually add As you can see here, a book section, a document, journal article, newspaper article, etc. You can add these things, and then you can populate the information on your own, right? So you would just be given sort of this thing here, and then you would have to fill in all of these things by yourself, right? Obviously, it's very slow, and people don't really like to do that, right? It's even more adding more of a burden in the writing process. And that's where connector comes in, right? So let's say, for example, that for whatever piece of research I'm working on, I have to I want to consult and also cite a piece by Ulrich Conrad's Programs and Manifestos, right? So sorry, one thing I should say. So one very essential sort of tip is that the best metadata for the Zotero connector usually comes from Amazon websites, right? So as you can see here, I have a lot of websites to choose from in terms of where I want to get information from the book. The Amazon links are the ones which have the best sort of metadata. So if you can push your sort of political ideals to the side, Amazon has they just have the most seamless and also the best information to add to your metadata, right? So as you can see here, the connector, it's sort of always working, right? So right now it says that this is a web page, right? So once you click it, it'll save to here as a web page, right? And whatever folder that you're currently in the program is the one it's going to be automatically saved to be very, very seamless. But you can also manage it within this browser connector thing, which I'll show you in a bit, right? So let's say I'm working on QH2, right, and I want to add it to the QH2 folder. So I'll go into the folder in here. I'll just click on it in here. And then I'll go to the Amazon link because I know that they have the best metadata, right? As you can see, the icon has changed from a web page to a book. That's how you know that it's registering this content, right? And then all you have to do, you simply just click it, right? It'll take usually 2 seconds or something like that. And then there you go. It's right here, right? So usually what I do is because the abstract takes up a lot of space, I just delete the abstract. But here you have all the essential information that it dug from the website, and it's just given to you, right? The title, the editor, translator, what edition it is, where it was, publisher, where you got it from, etc., right? So this is all well and good, right? We started the process, right? And what's even more sort of brilliant is that, say, we are working on our QH2 paper, right? And then this particular sentence, obviously this isn't an example. This sentence that you're working on right here needs a citation from the Ulrich Conrad's piece, right? Ulrich Conrad. So all you need to do. Also, sometimes I like to delete these Amazon links, just because they take up space. But anyway, actually I'll do it from this one too. So the only thing you have to do, you just click on it, right? And then you right click or double click or whatever, and then you just create bibliography from item, right? What that also implies is that you can create bibliographies from multiple items, right? So you can create a bibliography automatically just from multiple items, which is very easy. And maybe I'll give you an example for how that works on a bibliography, right? It's a very easy way to make a bibliography, but you just create bibliography from item, right? And then up here, you'll have various citation styles that you can use. Obviously, it has the most essential ones, right? Like APA, Chicago, which is what we're going to use because Chicago is what's mainly used within history. And then, it just, it has MLA, it has sort of all of them, right? So, in case you didn't know, this is somewhat secondary. For Chicago, you're going to have the footnote system, right? So, there's going to be a citation with a superscript here, and then it'll go down here. What that is a note, right? And then the full note is for the bibliography, right? So Chicago Manual Style, 17th edition. You can go manage styles. You can add some. You can remove some. You can add more updated ones, etc. Right? You go to output mode, and you go from notes to bibliography, right? That it doesn't really all matter too much. Output method. You can save it to any one of these that you want, but the fastest one I find is copy to clipboard, because obviously you can just copy and paste, right? So, we have all that set in. Let's copy to clipboard, right? And then it's good. So in Google Docs, we'll enter a citation. We'll enter a footnote. and we'll just paste it in. There it is. There's our footnote. Obviously very, very easy, right? Maybe this needs a bit of changing. Maybe you can fix it up, but you get the essential sort of information that you need. So that's great. For the bibliography, right? You can do the same thing, create bibliography from item, but maybe instead we want the full note now. So you just click full note, everything's the same, right? There you go. And then you have the full note, which is not much different from this one, but it is a tad. Right, so that's all you need to do. Then you can do multiple ones, right? So I just shift clicked it or command clicked in Mac. Create bibliography from items, right? So we have 2 selected. We can copy them to clipboard, right? And then based on how Chicago does, whoever's last name starts with the letter of the alphabet which is closer to the beginning, it'll put them first, right? Which is how it's supposed to be, right? So you've already started populating your bibliography. That is basically it, right? So this just makes that process insanely quick and easy and seamless. Let me know if you have any questions. I believe this is just the beginning, right? Obviously you can do so many more things with Zotero, but that is sort of the essential things that I use it for as of right now. You can even use it maybe as a note-taking, program, right? You can add notes, you can do standalone notes, or you can say this note can go into, let's say maybe I want it into this book here, and I'll put it there, and then all my notes are sorted by this particular book. I have this note here. You can add a tag to the note. It's sort of endless what you can do. But I hope this was helpful, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, thanks.